What if instead of I have a dream, Martin Luther King would have said, I have a plan of action, the arbitrary projections are ready, the line of sight is on, so now we should focus on what we need to do next. Would it be as impactful as his I have a dream speech? Probably not, right? Here's something very interesting about this speech. See, Martin Luther King fought against racial segregation for the African Americans so powerfully that he became a North Star for generations to come to fight against inequality and injustice. And we all know this. But what's interesting is that his I have a dream speech was not really planned. See, like any other politician, Martin Luther King had his set of advisors. And while he wrote most of his speeches, his advisors always knew what he was going to say. Now, on this particular day, to everybody's surprise, including his advisors, while he was speaking, one of his very dear friends who was standing right with him near the podium, by the name of Mahalia Jackson, she was also his favorite singer. She suddenly interrupted him and said, Martin, tell them about the dream. So what does he do? He pushed aside his scripted speech. He holds the podium like this and starts speaking from his heart. That one day my 4 little children will live in a nation where they are not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And this speech transcended through generations. And it was not planned. It was nowhere written. It was not documented. Now here's why this is interesting. We live in a world right now that is run by logic, codes, numbers, plannings, arbitrary projections, all of this, which is all important for your vision to come to an actual execution. But what we might miss out on is that if you want to do something completely iconic, you pick out anything in history. All of it was birthed through emotions. Your emotions can actually move mountains because that is when you get such strong motivation and inspiration from your heart that you can do things that you really didn't think you could do logically. So, time and again in this world run by logic, give emotions some importance. Your emotions can move mountains. Share this with someone you want to help.